Hey everybody, what's up? Doing a run through here in the Beatdown with level, well, an OP8 Legendary Anarchist, and we're going to run through the whole Beatdown, and then at the end of the video I'm going to show you my build, explain why some of the skills are chosen, and what weapons I use. I like this area because it's pretty open. Doesn't work well for some of the stuff that benefits Gaige. Close enough. Works really well in confined spaces, but this was a good area. It's a little bit different than usually I run, like Bloodshot Stronghold or that first area in Lynchwood, I like running that first area in Lynchwood because it's just huge and there's a lot of enemies packed in there. And that was my own fault. Magic Missile seems like it's got a pretty big blast radius, and I forget about that once in a while. Now this video is pre-patch. From the patch just released on February 11th. This is, but I don't think there was really much in there that affected her other than she is supposed to emote a little bit more when she summons Death Trap. I use, I know some people frown on Moxxi weapons, like it's a crutch or something. On Gaige, I use them because she doesn't really have, I mean, she has some skills that help with healing, but she doesn't have a lot, like, really good ones. Like, you know, Maya's got Sweet Release and Elated, and Legendary Nurse class mod. Zero's got the Survivor class mod. Salvador can regenerate when he's gunzerking. You know, things of that nature. She doesn't really... She regenerates health when her clip's full, but if you're in combat, how often is your clip full? Or, you know, there's Discord if you really need it, but she doesn't really have any class mods. Well, I don't think she has any class mods that have any passive health regeneration, so I just kind of use the Moxxi weapons to just give her a little bit of survivability. Plus it gives me a little bit more flexibility with my shield choices.
May it help you keep 2 words, my friend. No refunds. Thanks for the scratch. Don't have too much fun.
Gotta check that every once in a while. You never know when you'll find something good in them Torg vendors. This is also a good area if you're playing on console. You can't really, you're kind of left to pre-stacking the hard way, especially if you just want to do something like fight a raid boss real quick or something like You know, on PC, it's not the most savory of methods, but you could always use cheat engine and do your stacks if you're just gonna go, if you just want to fight Terramorphous real quick, you know, or something along that line. But if you want to stack Anarchy the old way, and you don't feel like standing there shooting the target dummy at Marcus's for however long with weapon, then this is a fun little way to get through here and build some stacks, or there's always the bar brawl, but I mean, you gotta get through here to get to the bar brawl anyways. And build them pretty quickly. That's also build dependent, and I'll get into that once I show my skill tree and what skills I pick. Always gotta check the blue loot when it drops, because you never know. There's always that slight 1 in a million chance that maybe someday it'll be a Cobra. I've never gotten a Cobra to drop in this area before. The only Cobra I got was from the loot hunt. Legitly. I tried farming this area for Cobra when the Tor DLC first came out, and I gave up after probably 3 hours. Pink sniper rifle, Cobra! Cobra! Yeah. I actually got it on video. The very first Cobra I got to drop into Beatdown. And it's, I'll have to look at it once we get out of combat here. It's probably gonna suck ass. I think it said Skookum though, so that's a plus. I know that Cobra is not the greatest sniper rifle in the world. It's fun to mess with here and there. Well, it's not the greatest sniper rifle in this game. It was fucking awesome in the first one. I know her DOT screaming can get annoying, but I for the most part, I think her babbling and rambling and comments are amusing. Alright, let's get back to the beginning here and we'll go through our skill tree choices and our equipment. Yeah, it's not the grip we want, but not bad for a first time ever. I didn't realize you ricochet the shots with the Cobra. Huh. Ah, stupid death trap. We'll wait for him to go away and then we'll go through everything. We're going to take a look at the build. We'll start in ordered chaos. I put a point in Anarchy and 4 points in smaller, lighter, faster for the reload speed. And the smaller magazine, you chew through the bullets faster, you gain stacks faster. Pre-shrunk Cyberpunk so we can get the extra 250 stacks Anarchy, which brings us to a total of 400 without the Slayer of Terramorphous class mod. Blood-soaked shields, obviously restoring 100% of your shield helps. By killing an enemy, we get 100% of our shield back, but we lose 5% of our current health. It's an okay trade-off, I think. Typecast Iconoclast. Whenever you get a stack of Anarchy, there's a chance that you gain an additional stack. We've got a 60% chance to gain an additional stack whenever we gain one, which is how I got up so high so quickly. I think I have like 351. I probably would have hit 400 if I wouldn't have got downed. Discord is in case we prematurely reload, then we can stop the decaying of the stacks, or if you need the healing. Robot Rampage, just the melee damage helps, gives them a little bit more oomph, but primarily I use Death Trap as a, he takes some aggro off of me for the time that he's out. And then Rational Anarchist, that's just faster building the stacks. It's better to start with 25 than none, or one. I might put points in the here later, but for now I'm not. Little Big Trouble, we got 5 points in Myelin just for the extra shield capacity, plus it's a little bit more useful than more pep. Strength of 5 Gorillas gives Death Trap a little bit more oomph with Robot Rampage, and then Shock and Awe. Just kind of, it's not going to hurt anybody, but it will at least kind of deter them once they get close for knockback. Especially helpful with psychos and stalkers and such, especially stalkers. I hate stalkers. Over here, close enough because obviously as our stacks get higher, our accuracy is going to go lower, so it helps having that. And I'm not a huge fan of the hail on other characters, but it seems to work quite well on Gaige with an Anarchy specific build. Takes a little bit of the learning curve out of the gun, but it's still there just a bit. The only downside is you get the 50% bullet damage off of the ricocheted shots. But when you have the high stacks, it kind of negates, but you kind of need it once you get up to like 400 stacks. Cooking up trouble, that's just, if there's nothing going on and you're low on health and your magazine's full, you're going to regain some health. But in a combat situation, your magazine's not going to be full for very long. Better half just helps with the gaining of Anarchy stacks because your fire rate increases, especially with smaller, lighter, faster. Your magazines aren't going to be very big to begin with, so you're going to get to that halfway point quicker, and then obviously empty your magazine even faster, reload, there's a stack. Unstoppable force, killing an enemy grants you movement speed and causes your shield to regenerate for a while. It's not so much the movement speed that I'm interested in, it's the regeneration of your shield capacity. As long as you're constantly killing between this and blood-soaked shields, shield should be remaining up a lot longer than it could in other situations. Upshot robot, it just helps keep him out. He gets the melee damage bonus, but grants both you and both of you. The melee damage mostly for him because I don't melee a lot with her, but again, just adding a little bit of punch to him, plus keeping him out longer. That's less aggro on me. Explosive clap, again, just somewhere to put a point. Made a sterner stuff because damage reduction's good. And melee damage for death trap, again, more punch. That's basically all those skills are for, is just to give him some extra melee damage. 20% cooler, increases cooldown rate. It just gets him back out there faster to draw away aggro from me, and sharing his caring just makes him a little bit more durable. The weapons I use, and that's the first Cobra I ever had drop into Beatdown. Kind of proud of that. Weapons, the hails, mainly because they provide good healing. I might get a couple kittens, see how those work out, but the hails work pretty well with this particular build. I don't have a shock one though, I don't think, so I'll have to get my hands on one of those. Hornet, like I said in my Siren videos, I have a Hornet on just about everybody. Grog nozzle. Fibber, you want the one with the ricochet. A lot of people like it for amp damage. I don't so much use it for amp damage, it's just handy. Norfleets, because they're pretty devastating with 400 stacks of Anarchy. If you want to stick around, I don't use them too much, but they're there if I just want to do stupid stuff. A lot of shotguns, mostly Hyperions. The Interfacer is probably arguably the best shotgun in the game, most damaging shotgun. There is a little bit of a learning curve with it, especially when you have this many stacks of Anarchy. Your pellet pattern is a little obscene, but if you're going to take on raid bosses, like, it's really can't go wrong with it on any character, really. But with her, that's if you're in tight corridors and you bust out the Interfacer, there's not much that'll survive too, because you got all those pellets going around. And, Heartbreaker, it's for healing. The pattern doesn't. Yeah, it does. The pattern suffers a lot more than the Interfacer does. High Anarchy, but like any Moxxi weapon, it's handy to have for the healing. Butcher, I like the Butcher. Some people don't. Like I said in my Siren video, basically it's just the high fire rate, the lead hose. It's situational. That was pretty dumb. Used all my ammo.
You won't find better merchandise anywhere else. I made sure of that.
I obviously am a big fan of Hyperion shotguns. The developments,
Let's see what we
you
got.
really could I use them in place of the Ravagers, just because this particular Gaige has a lot of elemental weapons, nothing real specific. The only explosive weapon I have on her is the Flacker, which is something I'm still kind of messing with and getting the hang of. But as you'll see, it's pretty much unchanged with Anarchy. It's just kind of a wall of death, no matter what. Let's see. Conference calls. Twister. Mainly because the pellets stay fairly tight, even at high stacks. And that's just a wall of electric death coming at you. Florentine, it's just, that's another gun that I have pretty much on everybody. The Blockhead. Not a top tier shotgun, but it's great for mobbing. Pimpernels, I just kind of got those now. Ew. Hyperion. I'm not sure why they have Hyperion grips. I have to change that. The only problem with the Florentine is if you're in an open area, you're probably not going to hit anything. But that's kind of the same thing with just about any SMG plasma caster. And we got the Blockhead, which would be kind of cool. The pattern, I mean, is greatly spread out. The bullets or the projectiles ricochet regardless. That's just an inherent trait of the gun. And it's a gun that I've really started messing with lately that I never gave too much thought before. And it's just serving me well, so it's kind of become a staple fire elemental shotgun that I keep on most of my characters. And then for Anarchist class mod for gun damage, it hurts the weapon accuracy, but the gun damage, it kind of negates that 50% that you're losing with close enough. Legendary Catalyst mod, sometimes I'll mess with the build and I'll take the points out of Best Friends Forever. I will put points in More Pep, Shock Storm, Electrical Burn, Wires Don't Talk. That might be it, which I'll document that later. Situational. I don't really use it too much. Then for grenades, Magic Missile, because 4 slag balls is just of regenerating grenades is awesome. Chain Lightning for stripping enemy shields, and a level 50 Bouncing Bonnie for Terramorphous fights, so I don't get killed by my own grenade. Should probably get a lower one, but yeah. Shadow of the Seraphs, I used this in my bunker video. It's handy. I like it for the flacker because it does have such a low rate of fire. Elemental Relics, Hyperion Relic for when I'm running like with just Fibbers and Hyperion shotguns, and the Blood of the Ancients, which I don't really use too much because I stick with the elements or the Hyperion or their Shadow, the Seraph's Relic. But I like having one on me just in case I do decide to use it. Shields, I used a sham for this, so I wouldn't have to worry as much about ammo usage, but I carry an Evolution. Antagonist is a shield I carry on everybody. Plus it's fairly easy to get. It's just hard getting the one that you want. Blockade, which should probably start messing with more. offers decent protection, plus you get damage resistance, and then a turtle shield, which the health penalty kind of hurts, but I might try to get that in a elemental resistant, like an alkaline or something. And then that's about it. So that's one way I play Gaige, and I will do my elemental build in the next video and demonstrate that one, probably in Bloodshot Stronghold or somewhere like that. But yeah, that's her. Oh, I lost. But if you're trying to gain stacks quick, a quick run through here, as you can see, I mean, I went down a couple times, so my stacks decayed a little bit, but I mean, I got 350 stacks pretty quick just running through this area, and you never know, you might get a Cobra too. So, but I should drop that Cobra in the grinder because it kind of sucks, but that's, like I said, that's the first one I ever got to drop here, so maybe I'll just keep it in the vault for some sentimental reasons. But anyways, guys, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.